Beneath every city lies a forgotten room, where echoes remember the living, long after the living forget themselves. Greetings, my night ravens. I am Lady Lenore, your guide through the shadows. Tonight's tale drifts up from the Wabasha Street Caves in St. Paul, a place of limestone lungs and whispered jazz, where history insists no music plays, but the stone insists otherwise. Though the story you are about to hear is woven from fiction, every note is tuned to the true haunted marrow of those underground halls. Tonight, my dear Raven, you are there. You've strategically booked tonight's History and Haunts tour of the Wabasha Street Caves. It's the perfect cover for your real objective, capturing the authentic sounds of the rumored echo room for your paranormal podcast. Your followers dared you, and the potential spike in your Ghost Archive page, maybe even landing that elusive sponsorship, fuels your every step. As the tour group shuffles into the dimly lit entrance, your small, high-quality recorder is already tucked discreetly in your bag, ready to be deployed. This off-limits area, whispered about in hushed tones by the tour guides, is your prime target. Tonight, you're not just a tourist. You're an investigator on a mission. That focused anticipation of capturing the cave's hidden sounds for your podcast, the very real possibility of unearthing undeniable evidence, and the tangible allure of that sponsorship. Those incentives sharpen your focus as you subtly begin to distance yourself from the main group. The guide's voice fades into a background drone, their recitation of gangster history paling in comparison to the authentic spectral evidence you're determined to uncover. With practiced ease, you blend into the shadows, your movements deliberate and unnoticed. This knack for quiet observation, for becoming a ghost among the living, has served you well in your investigations, and tonight it feels essential. But the deeper you venture into the cave's unlit embrace, a subtle shift occurs within you. The professional composure you usually maintain when chasing ghostly presence starts to fray at the edges, like old fabric caught on a sharp stone. A primal unease begins to stir, a feeling that this place holds secrets it doesn't want revealed. The cave air carried the dampness of earth and a subtle mineral sharpness that tightened your throat. Your footsteps echo in the suffocating silence, each sound bouncing off the unseen walls, a phantom rhythm mirroring your progress just beyond the beam of your flashlight. Just an echo. You tried to convince yourself, but a cold shiver traced its way down your spine, a stark betrayal by the unexpected warmth clinging to the stone. Or is there something else lurking down here? The light from the designated tour area is now a distant memory, and you're enveloped in a profound darkness that feels less like the absence of light and more like a dense, clinging presence. The image of the frayed velvet rope lying behind you now flashes in your mind, along with the guide's casual remark about structural instability delivered with a knowing glance. In this absolute blackness, the guide's words twist into a far more sinister warning. Just as a bead of cold sweat trickles down your temple, a subtle sound pierces the quiet of the cave ahead. A fragile, wavering note, like a lone trumpet struggling to find its melody. That couldn't have come from the tour group, you realize, your heart quickening with a mixture of apprehension and a surge of podcasting adrenaline. You pause, audio recorder now held a little tighter in your hand. This isn't a canned recording. You can feel it in the raw, almost desperate quality of the notes. It's a human playing, their skill wavering as if wrestling with a half-forgotten memory, each strained note laced with a palpable yearning. A disquieting feeling settles deep in your stomach, a sense that you've stumbled upon something fragile and perhaps not meant to be heard. This is it, you think. A thrill mingled with a growing sense of trepidation. This is the sound of something truly haunting. You press on, your free hand trailing along the cold, damp stone wall. The rough surface feels strangely organic, almost like bone beneath your fingertips. As you reach further along the wall, you touch it, a patch of surprising warmth radiating from the rock, a localized heat in this subterranean chill. That's not normal, you think. A knot of unease tightening in your chest. It feels unnatural, this warmth. It's unsettling. A cold cave shouldn't feel like this. What in God's name is down here? You ask yourself, what secrets does this place hold? And the narrow tunnel abruptly opens into a vast circular chamber, a hidden speakeasy, a relic of a forbidden era that feels like a secret swallowed by the earth. The air here shifts, carrying a sense of hushed secrets and lingering revelry turned to stillness. Rough-hewn walls rise to a domed ceiling where scattered, dim lights cast long, distorted shadows that dance with the slightest air current, reminiscent of clandestine gatherings where socialites and perhaps even a few notorious gangsters once mingled. At the far end, a makeshift stage stands like a platform where 3 shadowy figures stand frozen upon it, their poses suggesting a performance abruptly interrupted. One with a tarnished trumpet, lifted as if mid-note. Another clutching a saxophone with dulled keys. The third leaning over an upright bass, its strings now silent. They are silhouettes against the dim light, their utter stillness more unnerving than any frantic movement. This has to be the echo room, a secret swallowed by the earth. Your beam wavers, finally settling upon a collection of small, dimly lit tables scattered throughout the chamber, the dust particles dancing like disturbed spirits in the weak light. Around them, an assembly of silent figures is draped in the spectral remnants of a bygone era. You see the faint shimmer of what might have been flapper dresses, their beads now dull and lifeless, and the sharp angles of zoot suits hanging loosely on forms that seem to have withered within. Shadows cling to them, obscuring faces and creating an unsettling ambiguity. As your light lingers, details begin to sharpen through the gloom. On one figure, slumped in a chair, you notice a dark stain spreading across the once crisp collar, a gruesome blossom against the faded fabric. Another hand rests upon a table, and as the light catches it, the flesh seems to have receded, revealing the stark outline of bone beneath a scattering of cracked, yellowed pearls. Their heads are bowed at unnatural angles, their unseeing eyes fixed in the direction of the stage, lost in an eternal, silent vigil. They are utterly still, yet you sense a profound presence, a chilling echo of lives abruptly extinguished within these hidden walls. This can't be real. It's a phantasm, a nightmare taking solid form in this forgotten place. The music swells, the trumpet's lonely voice gaining strength, joined by the mournful, dragging notes of the saxophone. It's beautiful, yes, but a beauty laced with a profound and unsettling sorrow. You step forward, your recorder now active, capturing the spectral sound. How can this be happening? This sound, it's coming from them, isn't it? You find yourself drawn forward, your feet moving with a strange reluctance, until you stand before a lone wooden stool in the front row. The dim light catches an inscription etched into the aged wood, a series of jagged symbols that don't form any recognizable word. Yet, your breath hitches, and a sudden tremor runs down your arms as you trace their sharp edges with a fingertip. Your chest tightens, making it difficult to draw a full breath, as if an unseen hand is constricting around you. Your legs feel heavy, almost leaden, as you sink onto the stool, an unbidden guest in this spectral theater. Your gaze remains fixed on the stage, a chilling certainty settling deep in your bones, a feeling that escape is no longer an option, that you were meant to be here. The moment you settle onto the aged wood, the music intensifies, enveloping you like spectral chains. The dim, scattered lights pulse with each haunting note, casting the scene in shifting shades of shadow and the sickly glow of aged bulbs, making the frozen audience seem to flicker and sway like forgotten dancers. The melody tugs at the edges of your memory, a tune both alien and deeply resonant, like a half-remembered dream clinging to the fringes of your consciousness. A breath against your ear, a voice so close it feels like a phantom sigh, breathes from behind. It only ends when the music stops. You whirl around, heart pounding, your flashlight beam cutting through the inky blackness beyond the scattered lights, but find only empty space. A swirling void seems to linger there for a moment, a sense of something vast and ancient watching you from the darkness. You try to rise, a desperate command sent from your mind to your legs, but they remain stubbornly rooted to the spot, heavy and unresponsive as if turned to stone. Your arms, too, feel alien, weighted down beyond your control. You tear your gaze down to your hand, resting on the stool. The skin there is stretched so taut, it seems translucent. A network of faint blue veins visible beneath, the texture dry and crackling, like aged parchment stretched over bone. On your pinky finger, a ring you don't recognize glints in the dim light. An ornate band of dark, cold metal that feels like ice seeping into your flesh. This isn't my hand. It's withered, ancient. A wave of panic, sharp as a shard of glass, pierces your throat, stealing your breath and leaving you gasping for air in the oppressive stillness. You try to cry out, to shatter the profound silence that has settled over the speakeasy, but your vocal cords seem frozen, incapable of producing a sound. A silent scream builds within you, a trapped bird beating against your ribs. On the makeshift stage, the trumpet player slowly raises their head, the movement weighted and deliberate as if emerging from a deep trance. Their face remains swallowed by the shadows cast by the dim lights, yet you feel an unnerving pull, an inescapable sense of being the sole focus of their attention. And then, a subtle shift, a tilt of the head, and 2 points of darkness pierce the shadows. A gasp escapes your lips as you see them. The trumpet player's eyes, 2 large, completely black, and utterly devoid of any light or reflection, staring directly at you. Your mind reels. This is beyond anything you imagined, and a cold dread washes over you. What is this place truly? The final, drawn-out note of the song reverberates through the hidden speakeasy, a chilling vibration that settles deep within your bones, a resonance that feels permanent. The dim, scattered lights flicker one last time, casting grotesque shadows that dance and writhe on the rough-hewn walls before plunging the underground chamber into an absolute, suffocating darkness that presses down on you, heavy and inescapable. But the music, it doesn't stop. Instead, it begins to pulse within your chest, a haunting rhythm spreading through your veins. Your hands, no longer your own, begin to twitch and flex, an alien impulse guiding their movement. You feel something cool and metallic pressed into your grasp, the tarnished curves and cold valves of a trumpet. Your fingers, strangely elongated and still bearing the weight of that unfamiliar ring, curl around the instrument with an instinct you don't recognize, yet feels disturbingly right. A stark beam of cold light snaps on, blindingly focused on you. You are no longer hidden in the audience, but exposed, vulnerable. The gaze of the silent figures around you intensifies, those vast black eyes fixed with an unnerving expectation. The melody swells within you, a spectral energy rising in your chest, demanding release. Involuntarily, your arms lift, raising the trumpet to your lips. The cold metal presses against them, and a breath escapes your lungs, forming a ghostly note that echoes through the darkness, joining the timeless, sorrowful performance of the echo room. Your soul settles into the rhythm, a permanent harmony within this subterranean haunt, your music now forever a part of their chilling tune. So, my dear ravens, imagine lifting a horn you've never touched, feeling its chill weld to your lips, and exhaling a note that is no longer yours. In the echo room, performers are drafted, not invited. The music keeps playing because the cave keeps replacing its musicians. Remember that dim stage, forever set, forever short, one trumpet player until the next heartbeat wanders too close. This is Lady Lenore, guiding you back to the light, if only for a moment. Sleep well, my children of the dark, and if you wish to return to the shadows again, strike the like button, subscribe, and let the bell guide your way back. Speak now, my night ravens. Has any place ever stolen your voice and sent it back as music from a stranger's lips? Leave your whisper below before the echo room drafts its next soloist.